Hi everyone, good evening. Welcome to the season 1, episode 1 of What is My Story Today featuring my good friend Jez Jordan. So let's just wait for people to also watch us live now on Instagram. And I think Jeza is already waiting on the line to be invited in to talk about how she has been this pandemic. All right, I think Jeza is there. Anyway, before we invite our guest of honor tonight, we would just like to thank our dear sponsor as well. This is a special project of mine, this pandemic, and I would like to thank all the generous customers who were able to buy our products when we started this June 2020. So this is our fragrance product, which is called Mr. Right Style. So we have a lot of scents to offer everyone, be it male scent or female scent or unisex scent. All right, so let's move forward to the discussion tonight. So if you have noticed, the hashtag that we have used is "What is my story today?" So this is not about my story. This is about the story of other people, especially those who might have been experiencing a lot of challenges this pandemic, or even just by staying at home. We need to also check one another as well. So our dear guest for tonight is a friend of mine back in SGV. So she's a former manager in the forensics service line of SGV and Company, and then now she's currently first year law student in the Pamantansan ng Lungsod ng Maynila. I don't know if that's the correct term of the university. Anyway, without further ado, I'll just invite my guest tonight. I think she's there already for a while. Jeza, can you comment if you're there? Alright. I think Jeza is there for a while. Yeah. I think Jeza, are you there? For a while. I'll just invite Jeza. I think I invited you already. You just accept the invite. Jeza, are you there? Okay, while waiting for Jeza, yeah, I think Jeza is there. I have invited you already to join the room for a while. Yeah. Hello! Jez, can you see me?
Hi, boss.
Hello,
Yes, I
kamusta?
can see
Kamusta?
you.
Thank
Okay
you for
lang.
accepting my invitation to have this IG live to check on you as well, no, for a long time already. It's been
Of
a long time.
course. It's been a long
How are
time.
you doing?
Wait, it's very formal, ah.
Well, anyway, first of all, no, so yeah, again, I'd like to thank you for taking the time tonight. No, I know it's already kind of late, but still, you were able to join in tonight. to answer some of my questions about anything, no? How you spend the day, how have you been through now this pandemic and whatnot. So my first question to you, Jess, is
Question again.
how are you today? So yun lang. First, that's the first question.
Okay. I'm fine naman. Bale, still surviving. Di ba? Ang hirap ng situation natin ngayon, pero we have to, move forward in our lives.
Yeah,
And, ayun, so far, God is very, gracious. Not only for me, di ba? Pero sa lahat naman
yeah,
ng pinagdadaanan natin. So, not totally okay. Kasi, di ba, madaming nangyayari sa Pilipinas, sa buong mundo. Pero, we have to be strong, not only for ourselves, but also for the
yeah,
people around us. So, yun. Yes.
correct. Yeah, so that's actually a nice starter, no? For you mentioning God as your source of strength, no? In this pandemic. So siguro let me jump into the next question. So what activities do you usually do, no, to make you feel better on a certain day?
Mm, siguro what makes me feel better, whenever, kasi di ba, on a normal day,
Mm.
hindi mo talaga may iwasan na suddenly you feel very down or you feel very sad, di ba? What I do, siguro I set aside muna yung ginagawa ko, for example, like for example, for few minutes, and then, siguro take a deep breath and all. Parang, ano lang, ano tawag dun, meditate,
Yeah,
ganon.
yeah, yeah.
And then, I also listen to music just to, you know, yun, I think most of the time, music yung, nagpapakam sa akin.
Do
Music
you miss
and,
singing? Do you
of
miss singing?
course. Oo naman, grabe.
Well, actually, I
Oo.
also do miss, no, yung SGV Glee Club before. That's the community that we were able to spend most of our SGV base, di ba? Our outlet for stress, no,
Yep.
and, during the day, back in the day.
Yeah. Kasi it
Anyway,
helps, yeah.
go ahead, go ahead.
It really helps you parang, yun yung parang ano outside your world, there's another world of,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I actually remember now when we were in SGV Glee Club, we used to go to practices, no, rehearsals after work. So I kind of enjoyed that moment as well.
yep.
Kasi syempre, libre, number one, libre yung food.
Yun talaga number one, di ba?
Yeah, number two, syempre, takas sa work. And I'm just kidding.
Taka sa
Pero
work.
yeah, to be honest, it's a sort of relief, no, that you're able to do the things that you love outside
Yep.
work.
While
Yeah.
doing
So
the work, di ba?
yeah, yeah, correct, correct. So here's my next question, Jess. On a certain day,
Hmm.
do you ensure that you do something different than your usual routine?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, siguro during the start of the year, parang part yun nung, hindi naman siya New Year's resolution, pero siguro part yun nung plan ko for the year na, siguro on a daily basis, make sure na parang, for example, you help someone or you do good things for
Mm.
others. So, yeah, I mean, on a normal day kasi, di ba, working, and day job mo is nag-work ka. So, what you can do differently is, it's not different, pero be consistent sa work. Or
Mm.
like, and siguro outside of your work, yeah, aside from being consistent, siguro help other your employee, your coworkers kapag may
Yeah.
request ng help mo. And then siguro outside of your work, you paano ba? You try to, if there's a chance or opportunity to help someone, you do it.
Yeah.
Parang meron akong friend na share ko lang na I have a friend na
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
meron siyang goal every day na she what she's trying to do is really to help one person a day. Parang, for example, someone na nasa street lang or someone na nag-ask ng help, randomly nag-ask ng help sa kanya or her coworker or friend. Parang she makes sure na every single day there's someone na natutulungan niya, even in a small way lang. So, I think that's a pretty good, di ba, act of one na it really helps a lot kapag, di ba, on a single day, one person. In a span of year, ilan na yung natulungan mo, di ba?
Yeah.
300 plus, di ba?
Kung leap year, 366.
Pag February, di ba, 29 leap year.
Ay, mali. 366 ba?
360.
Yeah.
Hoy, bati naman tayo kay Sherry yan. Nakita ko si Sherry yan.
Sino?
Si Sherry yan, yung sa Malaysia.
Yung dito ba ta?
Oo. Hi, Sherry
Hello.
yan. I miss you.
Yeah, we miss you, yes. Well, actually, that leads me to my next question. It's just so timely, no, that you mentioned that, Jez. Kasi my next question is, how do you ensure that you impact a person's life on a given day?
Yeah, I think in a given day, kasi impacting someone for me, it is not, it requires time kasi. For you to impact someone else's life, you have to spend time with her or we have to spend time with him and really show not only by words, diba? So really show what you really want to implant on that person. So I think spending time for a person and help, really to know him more, to know him better every day, and for you to impact kasi someone else's life is you have to know ano ba talaga yung gusto niyang ma-achieve or ano ba yung purpose niya in life, and then from there you help him achieve that one thing, di ba, na tingin mo makakatulong ka sa kanya. So yun, you have to spend time with that person and really to be intentional in knowing him more, intentional in in helping him out, and intentional in helping him grow as a person. So ayun, 'di ba sa SGV we have what we call counseling, 'di ba? So yun, kasi yun, yung part na yun, parang you really spend time on that person and help him grow personally and professionally. Pero for you to do that, syempre, you have to spend time with him muna. Kasi hindi ka makaka-impact. Well, in a public setup or in a bigger setup, for you to impact a person's life, really show them how, as you are as a person. So, yan.
You know, Jess, nakaka-amaze, no, that your responses leads me to my next questions right now.
Alam mo, nabasa ko talaga yung tanong mo. Joke mo.
Hindi, di ba? I did not send you my questions.
Hindi.
I'm just
Kinakabahan
curious, no,
ka
how
pa, sabi mo, Q&A pala to. Ano to, Q&A?
Well, I believe it's the Holy Spirit, no, that guides the discussion tonight, and we're hoping that everyone who watches this can also pick up a lesson or two, no, in the conversation. So my next question is about spending time. So, di ba, you mentioned earlier, you need to be intentional, no, with impacting others' lives, spending time with the person and the life. But I would like to know, how do you spend your own time on a certain day?
Wait, weekday ba to or weekend?
Yeah, any day that you want to share, weekday or weekend.
Siguro weekday, syempre you have work, di ba? So morning, you have to set your mind na mag-work ka. Kasi for me right now, sa situation natin, lalo na sa work from home setup, parang ang hirap lang. Ang hirap, well, compared dun sa past, sa previous, before magkaroon ng pandemic na ganito, parang it's very easy for us to focus sa work kasi nandun ka sa office.
Yeah.
Right now, kasi work from home, parang ang hirap i-separate ng personal life mo sa work.
Yeah.
So, ako, during the day, it's, it's really, paano ba, effort talaga, best effort to focus on work kasi
Mm.
ang hirap nga, parang nandun ka sa bahay, you feel very, very at home, di ba? Tapos ang hirap ng i-separate nung personal, mamaya, parang ako kasi madali akong ma-distract. So, kailangan ko talagang i-set yung mind ko na at this time, ito talaga yung gagawin ko. For example, 8 o'clock yung start ng work, tapos until 5. So, for you to be productive or for you to have a productive day, you have to do what your task within that day. So, ako,
Yeah.
8 to 5. Well, hindi naman talaga 8 to 5 yung work. Kasi, hindi tayo sanay dyan. Basta during working hours, mag-work ka, siguro, ito yung isa ko pang natutunan while work from home. Take a break.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hindi dire-diretso kasi nakakapagod kasi yun. So, I learned na
Correct.
it really help kapag nagte-take ka ng break. For example,
Correct.
every 1 hour or 2 hours, meron kang 30-minute break. And then, rest. Siguro, rest ka lang, hinga ka lang, ganun. And then, go back to work. Ako yung ginagawa ko ganun. Well, minsan, hindi talaga may iwasan na madidistract ka. Pero, ang important is babalikan mo yung kailangan mo gawin. And, ayun, kasi right now, I'm also studying. So, sa gabi, may mga online classes ako. And then, yun, after that, hinahati ko yung time ko between studying and also working. Kasi ang dami nating demand sa work. Diba?
Yeah,
Parang, mas dumami siya nung nag-work from home. Ay, hindi ko alam pero usually, nanirinig ko sa friends ko ganun. Parang mas nahihirapan sila sa work from home kasi nga, parang wala ng travel time. So, iniisip ng mga nasa office na mas marami kang time to work. Kaya talagang tinitake advantage nila yung yung pagkakaroon ng work from home setup. So, yun, I spend time, yun nga, during the day, I work, then take a break. Siguro ang ginagawa ko, and then go back again. Kasi, unlike dun sa normal setup ng work before pandemic, di ba tayo, parang, oy, Jez, kape tayo, ganyan, di ba? Parang pangtanggal lang ng stress. So, ngayon kasi wala kang
Kahit
office
late
mate.
na, no? Kahit late na ng gabi.
Kahit late na. Tapos babalik ka pa sa office. So,
Ikaw lang yun yung mamaya. O hindi umuwi na ako nun.
Ngayon kasi ang hirap kasi wala kang office mate, wala kang maaya, na, hello, tara tayo, kape tayo, ganyan, kasi nasa stress ako, ganyan. So, ngayon wala. So, kailangan mo talagang mag-take ng effort on your own kung paano mo mamamanage yung mental health mo, di ba?
Yeah, correct. Ayun, sige. You mentioned earlier, Jez, no, that you spend your day working, 8 to 5, and then attending online class, for your law school. So, before you get to work, in a day, what's the first thing you do upon waking up in the morning?
Ito, honestly, ito talaga ginagawa ko even before. Though medyo, minsan, hindi siya ganun katagal. Pero, once na nagising ako, cliche man pakinggan, pero, I always make sure na natithank ko si God for another day na binigay niya.
Yeah.
So, parang, thank you, Lord, for this day. Parang ganun. Kasi before, talaga, I do my daily parang journal before going to work kasi it sets the mood. It sets the mood for the whole day. Kasi once ito, personally, I do daily journal. I read muna yung gospel or siguro even one verse from the Bible. Kasi it really helps your day. Parang it sets the mood for your for the entire day. And
Yeah.
then also
Correct.
yung parang yung word of God kasi very important siya. Not only before but especially now na nandito tayo sa ganitong situation. So it makes you stronger, di ba? Yung word of the Lord is very helpful
Yeah.
for us. So yun, pagkagising ko, thank you God. Siguro not only for me, siguro helpful din sa ibang tao na really thank God for that day, for another day na binigay niya sa'yo. Kasi simple man yan, pero it's really important kasi di ba parang what if di ka na gumising, di ba? So,
Correct.
you really have to thank God for another day. Kahit wala pang nangyayari sa buhay, sa buong araw mo. It's, na talaga siya, parang gift na siya ni God for you to wake up on that day. So, ayun.
Okay. So anyway, aside from the spiritual food, no, that I mean, prayer kasi I consider prayer as a spiritual food kasi it nourishes
Yeah,
the soul.
prayer. Mm-mm.
Yeah, but if we talk about our physical health, no, so what food keeps you energized to start your day?
Walang specific. Siguro, right now, nagtitake lang ako ng, hindi siya food supplement siguro, vitamins ka na.
Yeah.
Pero walang specific. Pero, mahilig ako sa food.
Okay, wag mong i-mention yung brand, hindi wala tayong sponsor naman.
Oo nga, no? Mahilig ako
Ito yung sponsor natin tonight is the Mr.
Mr.
Lifestyle Fragrance.
Ay, wala pala akong perfect.
Go ahead.
Wala namang specific na, pero, hindi kasi ako sanay mag-breakfast. Well, kasi pag nagbe-breakfast ako, feeling ko buong araw gutom ako. So, yun yung, hindi ko alam, yun lang yung lagi kong nafe-feel na kapag umaga ako makain ako ng breakfast. Sunod-sunod na yun, hindi ko natitigilan yung magkain. Kaya, kapag hindi ako nagugutom, feeling ko mas okay yun for me. Kakain lang ako parang sa tamang time ng pagkain, for example, lunchtime. And, hindi, basta, ayun, walang specific food, pero as much as possible, fruits. Kasi right now, kailangan mong maging malakas, di ba? Yung immune system mo.
Yeah.
Kailangan mo palakasin fruits, vegetables, and, ayun, vitamins. Ayun lang.
Yeah, agree, no? Well, actually, ako din, I just started drinking vitamin C during the pandemic. Kasi before, I don't know nga eh. Kasi before, when we were in SGV, I don't take supplements. I just rely on the food that I eat. Di ba? So, parang nasanay tayo na parang we're fine na kahit walang vitamins. And then come pandemic, parang nagpanic yung mga tao, bumili ng mga madalang vitamin C or any supplements now that we take in a day. Yeah, but anyway, no, I was talking earlier na pre-pandemic, we don't take supplements, we don't take vitamins and the likes. So if you're given the chance just to change something from yesterday, not just when I say yesterday, not just the yesterday na yesterday. It's more of the past. What is that something that what or kahit na pandemic or and the like. So what is that something that you would have changed for the better before today?
Okay, so wait, may umiiyak sa background.
Si pamangkin mo ba yan? Pamangkin mo yan? Patingin na yung tsura niya ngayon.
Nandun siya sa kwarto.
Sige.
Nakahiga. Siguro yung natutunan ko right now or during this season is really to take care of yourself, yung health mo. Yun siguro yung siguro kung babalik tayo sa SGVD. SGVD is talaga yung binabanggit natin kasi yun lang naman yung past.
Yeah. Yun yung pinaka-relevant na past nung
Oo. Siguro um, take care of your health. Yun. And
Mm.
also, give yourself a break. Yan yung,
Mm.
yun yung natutunan ko. Kasi parang nung time na yun, parang
Miss,
ang dami kong
sorry,
work.
go ahead, sorry.
Ah, yun, kasi
Go
nung time na
ahead.
yun, parang, di ba, alam naman natin, work lang tayo ng work. Parang
Mm.
kasalanan kapag nag-break ka. Ganun. So, ayun yung natutunan ko. Parang, parang, ano ba, listen to your body. Kapag,
Mm.
kunwari, alam mong pagod ka na, listen to your body kasi health is very important talaga.
Mhm.
Every time natutunan ko, your health is number one ngayon, sa panahon ngayon. Kasi, syempre, spiritual, first talaga yan. Pero,
Mhm.
physically, health, you have to prioritize your health and also listen to your
Mhm.
body. Kasi, while
Mhm.
working, di ba, parang, you don't live para lang sa work mo. You live paano ba yun? There's a quote kasi, di ba, about that. Parang, um, hindi ko malala yung specific, pero yung concept niya is, um, ito na lang. Siguro, sa workplace mo, kapag nawala ka, they can easily replace you, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero, di ba, parang, it's your own loss kapag yung health mo yung health mo yung sinacrifice mo
Yeah.
kasi hindi mo na magagawa yung lahat ng gusto mong gawin. And also,
Correct.
there's life outside your work. So, you have to
Yeah.
balance everything. Kasi, aminado
Mm.
naman ako before na tayo siguro. At least ikaw, I don't know, siguro ganun pa rin.
Yung alin?
Kasi, yung work, parang you have to know na meron pang life outside of your work. And also, you have to really give yourself a break and listen to your body. Kapag pagod ka na, rest. And, ayun. Kasi dati, rest, parang hindi ko iniisip yung rest. Kasi, for me, mas important yung matapos ko yung lahat ng work. Kasi ang daming
Mhm.
gagawin. So, ayan, right now, tinatry ko siyang i-practice. Nagiging ano tayo ngayon. Binabalance natin yan. Nakabaliktad
Yeah,
na.
yeah.
Baliktad na ngayon. Hindi, pero at least, di ba,
Correct.
parang at some point, you'll realize na there are a lot of things outside your office
Yeah.
or outside your work. So, yun. Although we
Agree.
have to be
Well,
thankful kasi, although we have to be thankful for that work, I mean, it's
mhm.
really a blessing na may maraming tao pa rin na may work. And
Yes.
also,
Correct.
di ba, you have to be grateful and everything. So, yun.
Okay. Well, actually, the lesson that I picked up in your response, no, was to listen to your body. Actually, if
Mm.
I remember it, no, when I was still a staff in SGV, I told this to my team, no, to listen
Mm.
to their body. And then tinawanan nila ako actually sa cluster.
Mm.
And siguro that time, I just thought, no, na parang okay, having this mindset, no, of listening to your body is a gift. And
Mm.
then the awareness to really do that is also another gift. Kasi some people would just, yun nga, sabi mo, di ba, they just work like a horse, no?
Mm.
In the firm. No, I don't mean any bad no to the firm. But
Yep.
what I mean is, kumbaga parang they lost track of their well-being kasi they
Mm.
thought na parang this is what I'm expected to do. I
Yep.
don't deserve any break. If I feel something wrong, I don't need to take a leave or whatnot. So siguro during that time, I was thinking differently from the rest of the group. Wherein sometimes they would see me as unusual or parang something that doesn't conform to the norms. But
Mm.
I don't see anything bad about it naman. I just took their feedback. But then at the end of the day, I know that in my core, no, I need to I need to take care of my body. Kaya that's why sometimes nung staff pa lang ako, when my senior says na okay, let's stay until 12 midnight or until 8 a.m. Parang sabi ko, hindi ko po kaya yung ganun. Kasi pumasok po ako ng maaga. and then you're letting me stay with you kasi late na pumasok. Di ba? So parang you're sacrificing the well-being of another person just because gusto mong i-align sa gusto mong mangyari sa, let's say, sa engagement or sa takbo ng project and the likes. But anyway, I just remember that incident in my life as well back in the day. Now, with all those lessons that we have learned in the past, and now that we are grounded at home, this pandemic, so what are the moments that you cherish the most?
Silence. Wait, nag-iisip ako.
Akala ko silence yung
Paano pang Miss Universe yung mga question natin ngayon ba na?
alam mo ba? Sorry, before you answer this. Di ba when I invited you to join me in the pilot episode of this segment sa Instagram ko, I actually stopped working. And then I went out sa room and then I brought my notebook with me. Actually, here are the questions. Ayan.
Wow!
Sorry na, pangit yung tulad. Pero I'm not using this as a guide. Type ko sa laptop. Kasi yung chronology ng questions, in-arrange ko na. So parang it just took me, I think, less than 5 minutes to write these questions. So parang ako, di ba, like what you said, when you know how to take a break, pagbalik mo kasi sa isang bagay, mas productive ka. Pero during that time that you're taking a break, your mind kasi is, ano ba yung term doon? Parang you're having this healthy boredom. Parang napuput mo siya into creativity when you take a break. And then eventually, when you go back, you think of more productive ways to do your work or But anyway, going back to the question, so what are the things that you cherish the most in this pandemic that we are grounded at home?
Okay. Siguro first is time with family. Yun. Kasi right now you have plenty of time to spend with your family. So yun yung cherish ko right now. Parang maraming beses na akong umuwi dito sa province, and even before, like, kasi last year, nung nag-lockdown, parang buong year ako hindi nakauwi kasi nga lockdown. But during those times, parang siguro ang daming beses kong tumawag sa family ko. I make sure na check ko sila every day.
Yeah.
So yun yung cherish ko last year. And during the time na nagkaroon ako ng opportunity, umuwi sa province dito. So, very thankful ako kasi ang dami kong time na in-spend sa kanila, which is, yun yung na-miss natin, or na-miss natin, di ba? Kasi nasa province na ngayon, yun yung na-miss natin nung time na nasa office tayo. Hindi tayo nakaka-uwi.
Nung time na binibuild pa lang natin yung, may binibuild na career.
Oo nga. May binibuild pala. Ayun. So, ang galing kasi parang hindi siya on a side note naman. Syempre hindi naman tayo magse-celebrate ng ganitong situation kasi ang hirap talaga. Nasa pandemic tayo and maraming tao talaga yung every person is affected sa ganitong setup. Pero at least thankful tayo na meron tayong time to spend with family. Kasi yung time hindi mo kasi yun mabibili. Hindi mo na yun mababalik.
Correct.
So, yun yung talagang I think hindi lang ako, pero siguro lahat ng tao ngayon, yun yung cherish. Yung time talaga. With their loved ones.
And sorry to cut you. And we are, privileged siguro, or we should be grateful then that we get to spend time with family. Kasi ang dami sa colleagues natin nowadays, na CPAs abroad who were not able to move back. Kasi nga, the borders are so, tough, and they need to get stuck in their respective countries right now. So, siguro yun din yung isang kailangan i-cherish. Anyway, sige. You were talking about something else pa earlier. So, naalala mo pa ba? What? Sorry,
Nakalimutan
I
ko na.
Anyway, sige.
Nakalimutan ko
Anyway,
na.
there were points naman in your response that leads me to my next questions, no? You mentioned earlier na spending time with family, and then another one is it's not worth celebrating naman nowadays, no? That we are in this situation. So I have two questions. Number one, yes, ngayon pala number one question. Ang dami ko na tinanungan. So anyway, just in the essence of that thought process. So my first question is, how do you interact with people at home and outside home? And then the other one is, how do you celebrate the small wins that you have every day? Kasi we know naman that even though we're stuck at home, we still have small wins, no? So that's worth celebrating. So yeah, how do you interact with people and how do you celebrate small wins?
How do you interact with people? Paano ko ba sasagutin yung question? Kasi usually kasama ko sa bahay, yun nga, yung family ko. So, ang usually kong kalaro dito is yung pamangkin ko. So, ayun. I make sure na nakikipaglaro ako sa kanya pag umuwi ako dito. And then also, at the end of the day, kukumustahin ko yung parents ko, or yung mga kapatid ko kasi close sa akin. So, wala namang time na, wala kami sinaset na time na, ito lang yung time na pwede mong kausapin, ganyan. So, ano lang kami, open lang. And, open communication. Minsan nga, bababa ako. Di ba pag nag-work ka, bababa, lalabas ka sa work area mo, tapos, wala kakain ka lang, tapos kakausapin mo lang sila. Parang, ano na din siya, way of, sanity check.
Yeah.
Ano ba? So,
and it's part of taking your break, di ba? That you get to reconnect with people at home.
And second question, no? Nasagot ko ba?
How do you celebrate small wins? Yeah, nasagot mo naman.
How do I celebrate small wins? Siguro food. Kasi, parang, kunwari, ano ba yung mga small wins natin? Madami kasi tayong wins in life na hindi natin napapansin. Kasi usually, sincelebrate mo lang is yung mga victories, yung mga
milestones talaga.
Milestones in your life.
Mga milestones.
Oo. So, for me, yung small wins ko, so, kunwari sa work, natapos ko yung report ko, so, small win na yun. So, usually, kain tayo ng ganito, okay? Luto ka ng ganyan. Yung mga ganun. Usually food. Kasi wala naman tayong pupuntahan na iba. So, yun lang.
Alam mo, nung early months na when I went back home, ganun din ako. More on luto, paluto, request, and the likes. And then suddenly, I realized that I went back to my old self na parang food deliveries, parang naging mas naging tamad na ulit. So anyway, medyo kailangan ko ulit mag-adjust nung habits din. Kasi syempre number one, ang gastos din. Parang pag may naisip ng pagkain, papadeliver and the likes. But anyway, it's not bad to also do that if you want to celebrate small wins naman. No? Like what you said, let's say if you finish a task on a day, that's considered a small win. Lalo na kapag that was a tough work to do. Now, siguro when we talk about food kasi, Jez, it also affects the environment. Yes, it affects the environment. So I just learned in the office, in the previous month, that whatever food that we take has a consequence to the environment. So let's say yung mga red meat, they emit carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. Yun yung sabi. I don't quote him for that, pero that was the essence of the initiative. Now, in your everyday life, now that you're working at home, so how do you ensure that you still take care of the environment? Kasi syempre, let's say you're at home, and then syempre, you're using your laptop the whole day and even up until night. And then when you eat food, syempre, there are times no that syempre hindi naman tayo vegetarian talaga. So I don't know if you are vegetarian or not. Pero kasi if we are carnivores ba yung tawag doon? Baka mabash tayo dito.
Baka mali sagot na.
So anyway, if you're the type of person
ako.
who eat lots of red meat, drink sodas, basta mga ganon, those contribute carbon dioxide to the environment eh. So in your little ways, no, how do you take care of the environment?
Siguro, for example, sa delivery, dun mo na. So, pag nagpapadeliver ako or kami, hindi na kami nag-ask ng yung utensils na disposable.
Ay.
Oo.
Sa mga
meron
inasal,
naman-
di ba? May ganun.
Oo. Ayun, siguro just to,
Mga
ano na
inasal,
lang,
baka naman. Mga inasal, baka naman.
just to lessen yung, anong tawag doon? Yung mga basura na hindi na...
Wastage. Mga
Wastage,
Mga
oo,
waste.
yan. Tapos, siguro type of food, mahilig kasi ako sa chicken. So, hindi naman red meat yun, di ba? Yun.
Pero
Tama ba?
yeah, I know I'm not so sure pero I think any meat that
Any meat?
is yung kinakatay is a contributor. Kasi ang sinuggest lang sa amin before was to eat healthy greens. So meaning gagawin ka talagang vegetarian to protect the
Mga
environment.
marketing. Marketing pala. Ano
But anyway, yeah, going back to your answer.
So, yun, pag food deliveries, hindi na ako nag-ask ng mga utensils na disposable. To lessen nga yung wastage. Pag sa food naman, I make sure na walang nasasayang.
Yeah,
It helps
no
the
leftover.
environment,
Correct.
ba? No leftover.
Correct.
Yung parang kainin mo lang yung kaya mo kainin. Para hindi ka nagsasayang ng food. Diba? Tapos, ano pa ba?
Yung sa kuryente.
Kuryente.
Oo.
Wait lang, ano nga yung question mo? Food ba? Or ano? Nakalimutan.
I mean, for the yung sa carbon dioxide emission din, mga ganun. Kasi yung sa kuryente, actually what I have learned is dapat we also turn off the lights no when we are working. I mean, we need to find for a workplace na medyo well lighted naturally. Yeah, naturally. And yung din getting away with mobile gadgets when you're working. I mean, using them when needed talaga. Kasi di ba that's also one of the siguro I consider it as one of the non-negotiables for millennials and even the Gen Zs. No, na kailangan may phone talaga lagi na hawak. But anyway, that leads me to my next, ang galing ng segue ko, no? That leads me to my next question. So what is the one thing that you consider as a non-negotiable in a certain day? Yes, sinisingit ko yung para makarelate din ako sa'yo sa law school.
Ay, non-negotiable on a certain day. Siguro right now, since nabanggit mo yung law school, hindi pwedeng hindi ako mag-aaral on a certain day. Yun talaga. Kasi everyday may recitation. And syempre, ito
Yan yung non-negotiable mo ngayon.
Oo, ngayon. Ang hirap, di ba?
Alam mo, wait lang, bago tayo tumuloy sa answer mo. Bakit mo naisipang bumalik sa school? And then law pa yung napili mo?
Kasi, hindi ko ba nabanggit sa'yo?
Hindi.
Kasi matagal ko na kasing plan yun before, siguro bago pa lang sa SGV. Ang dami ko na kayang in-applyan na school. Kasi hindi lang ako natutuloy. Kasi nga, feeling ko, wala akong time for that. Parang hindi ko pa kaya ngayon kasi ang dami kong kailangan gawin sa work. So, siguro at one point in your at a certain point in your life, ma-realize mo na you have to do that na. Parang it's time
Yeah, yeah.
to do that. Kasi ang tagal ko na talagang gustong mag-law school. So,
Mm.
nung nagka-chance ako na pumasok, and since online classes naman, yung setup namin ngayon, parang naisip ko na siguro mas okay or mas madali.
Mm.
Pero it turned out na hindi yun pala. Pero yun nga, mahirap din. Siguro kasi siya, ang tagal ko na siyang kinikip sa self ko, yung desire na. Kaya talagang ginawan ko siya hindi ko naman siya ginawa ng way, pero siguro it's na din, it's the right time.
The right time. Yeah, yeah.
Na gawin yun. So yun, na lang, ngayon, parang sinacherish ko na lang yung journey na nag-aaral ako. Pero, di ba, hindi naman, di ba nga sabi, there are so many plans paano ba, yung plan ng tao is sobrang dami, pero it's really the plan of God that will prevail.
Proverbs.
So,
I think this is Proverbs.
baka Proverbs nga.
Proverbs yan. Kasi it's so timely. That was also shared to me by one of my colleagues at work. So shout out kay Frill David. So thank you so much for sharing that to me last time when I was so down. That was the verse that she mentioned to me. I forgot the number, but it was from Proverbs. Na parang, you're correct. Now we have all the plans that they can think of. Many are the plans in a man's heart.
In a man's heart,
But the Lord, basta pa something like that.
But it's the Lord's plan that will prevail. Ganun.
Parang ganun. Sorry, hindi ako kasi maano sa Bible or what. Pero I know naman that God will still consider me as a child. Okay. But anyway, so hi Michelle.
Si Mitch. Hi,
So
Mitch.
Michelle, if you want to ask a question, you can do so kasi we will consider that in this session. So when we were talking about law school just earlier, so we know that you have a lot of challenges, juggling work and student life. So how do you overcome these challenges every day?
You have to have that focus, and you have to think of a long term. You think of your long term objective. Kasi if you just look doon sa struggle mo today, mahihirapan kang mag-move forward. Pero if you really want that thing and you focus on achieving that, parang you will also help yourself na ma-overcome yung everyday struggles mo. So, yun.
Yeah.
Ako kasi, personally, ang iniisip ko talaga is long term. So, dun ako sa long term kasi yun yung in a long run, yun talaga yung gusto mong ma-achieve eh. Kasi kung titingin ka lang sa short-term struggles mo, without looking at the long-term, yung bigger picture, para magdali kang mag-give up. So, mahirap man, pero ano ba talaga yung gusto mong mangyari at the end of the day? So, dun ka mag-focus, hindi dun sa journey kasi mahirap talaga. So, you have to cherish that journey and accept the facts na along the way, marami kang struggles and challenges na ma-encounter. And that challenges and struggles are part of the journey. So, hindi mo yun pwedeng tanggalin. So, kailangan mo i-accept na meron talagang ganun. But you have to focus dun sa ending, kung ano gusto mo ma-achieve.
Yeah. The long-term goal that you want. Actually, alam mo, up until now that we are already in our last set of questions, I'm still amazed that your responses leads me to my next question. Nagugulat ako.
Wow.
So now, how is your journey towards your future goals in life?
It's a
overall, I'm not just referring to work and school life. Overall.
It's not an easy journey. I think hindi lang sa journey ng work and hindi lang sa journey ng law student or working law student. Pero I think every journey is, it has a different level, hindi naman different level of hardship, pero mahirap siya. And
Yeah.
colorful. I can say na colorful din siya in a way na, marami ka na-encounter. Right now sa journey ko sa law school, marami akong nakikilala, and also,
Uh-huh.
maraming prof na nagtitake nagsha-share ng mga lives nila sa amin on how to become, a good lawyer. And that is part of the journey, and it makes your journey colorful. And
Yeah.
yun, I can say colorful siya. Merong dark, di ba? When say colorful, maraming colors, di ba? May dark colors, di ba? May bright
Yeah.
colors. So, di ba, it's yung blending ng colors, different colors, yung dark or yung bright colors, it is in a big picture, pag tinignan mo siya, it's good, di ba? Parang, it makes your journey colorful. Hindi lang kasi, yun nga sabi ko kanina, yung journey hindi lang yan yung madali. Part of your journey is our challenges and struggles. So it's really a mix of those colors na pag at the end of the day, it makes your journey beautiful, di ba? Not some beautiful in a way na, di ba, parang when you say beautiful, maganda siya, di ba? Physically maganda. Pero for me, when you say beautiful, it's really it consists of those challenges na na-overcome mo. Diba? Struggles na, diba? Everyday struggles na win mo or na-overcome mo. So, yun, beautiful journey doesn't only mean na smooth yung way or smooth yung path na daanan mo. So, ayun.
Actually, I remember I have one of my team members sa engagement told me before. Actually, I posted this in one of my IG stories before. And then she suddenly replied to me one of the excerpts from the book that she was reading. Na parang we have to always find joy in our suffering. Ang ang ironic na gawin na parang how do you find joy when you are indeed suffering? So that's actually a grace from God or from the Lord na parang kaya mong look on the brighter side of life, even though we are experiencing challenging situations, right now. So that leads me to my next question. Actually, na-amaze talaga ako kasi nagko-connect. We are now down to our last 4 questions, And here's the question. Do you still worry about tomorrow?
If you know me, or siguro dun sa mga, paano ba? Hindi kasi ako, may maraming nasasabi before, even before ako nag-work. Some people say, or most of them say na, easy go lucky daw ako. Hindi naman easy go. Siguro lang, wala akong, hindi mo makikita sa akin na nag-worry ako. Personally. So, ang inisip ko kasi, parang, when you worry about tomorrow, dinadagdagan mo lang yung problema mo na hindi pa nag-exist. So, lalong bibigat yung pakiramdam mo. So, my mindset kasi is, di ba, well, biblical pala yung natin. Well, lahat naman kasi nasa Bible. Sabi nga, parang, let tomorrow worry about tomorrow. Kasi, di ba, let tomorrow worry about itself. Parang ganon. So, ang kailangan mo lang i-focus is yung present. Ano ba yung present mo? And, yun yung reality mo right now. So, worrying about tomorrow is for me useless and not unless mayroon ka ng current situation na continuing. So worrying it's not worrying eh. It's ano eh, it's taking actions on that situation. It's not worrying per se, pero if there's something na hindi pa naman nangyayari, diba? Parang iniisip mo pa lang, what if ganito, what if ganyan. So, parang pinapahirapan mo lang yung sarili mo. So, it's better to live kung ano ba yung present mo ngayon. And then, tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow is another day. So, there's another day for you to, diba? Let your life, huwag mo na pahirapan yung sarili mo to worry about something na wala pa naman. Parang ganun. Yung thinking ko ganun.
Correct. Yeah, I actually appreciate that response. But we cannot really get away with worrying sometimes, because it's human nature that we will really worry in life. So my question to you, yes, biglang segue ulit, no? Yung next question ko is about prayer, because we all know that the antidote for worrying is prayer.
Praying.
Diba? It's praying. So how often do you pray, and what do you usually pray to God?
Okay. Right now, honestly, wala akong consistent prayer time, to be honest. And also, yun nga, just to, backtrack a little bit sa previous question mo. Just additional,
Go ahead.
So, syempre, hindi ko naman sinasabi na hindi talaga nag-worry. Meron talagang, yun lang yung mindset ko na parang if wala pa naman, you don't have to worry about it. Pero, for example, nangyari, not only for me, for example, generally, yun nga, sabi mo, the antidote is prayer. So, when you say prayer kasi, minsan na may misinterpret natin yun. Prayer is not the last thing that you have to do. Prayer is the first thing that you have to do about all. Yun, kasi minsan, parang yung tayo, di ba, parang last thing na lang na gagawin natin is to pray kasi wala na tayong magagawa dun sa situation na ginagawa. Pero,
well, actually, going back to your response earlier, at the beginning of this interview. Discussion na lang, discussion. Di ba sabi mo, the first thing that you always do in a day is to pray. So, that only says about your core values. Kasi parang, even before you worry, in a day, you always get to pray, before you start the day. So yeah, going back to your response. Wala lang, singit ko lang.
Yan nga, sabi ko kanina, honestly, wala akong consistent prayer time.
Wala talagang time.
Oo, walang time. Ano nga tanong mo, how often, di ba? How often do you pray?
Yeah, how often? And what do you usually
What
pray?
do you usually pray about? When I pray, siguro, not only for me, meron kasing not format meron akong sinusud na format. Hindi siya format pero siguro it's a way of kung paano lang ako mag-pray. Siguro first is Thanksgiving, and then you have to thank God, and then you present what you want. You present yourself. Ano ba talaga yung gusto mo? Be specific sa prayer. Parang usually I pray about of course yung family natin, we pray about them, and we pray also for our workplace and for other people na nagsasuffer sa COVID, yung mga ganun. We pray about the nation. So pag may time ako. Pag may time, pero pag wala, simple prayer lang. Ano ba yung gusto mong ipag-pray on that specific time? And sigad naman hindi nagre-require ng format. It's about your heart. Ano ba talaga yung heart mo on that day?
Intention.
Ano ba yung intention mo on that on your prayer? And yung prayer walang time, 'di ba? Parang kahit kailan mo gusto mag-pray, mag-pray ka. And it really helps you, to to go on with your life. And also set your feet, fix your eyes
Yeah.
on God. So, yun.
Yeah,